Bradford, my little leprechaun buddy. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Well, it's not actually today. We're recording this before St. Patrick's Day, but this comes out on St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day.
Now, okay, let's just talk about St. Patrick's Day for a minute.
Great.
Like in college and growing up, was St. Pat or to your family? Let's start with your family. Okay. Was St. Patrick's Day anything to you guys at all besides wearing green to school?
I do. I have very fond memories of corned beef and cabbage. Now,
on St. Patrick's Day?
I think so.
Interesting.
I think it was a tradition that we had corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day. And
okay.
I am a big fan of corned beef. Do you know why the beef is corned? I don't understand that part. That part makes no sense to me. The corning of it.
I don't know, dude. We could Google it, but I'm not sure we want to Google that.
Sure. How do you corn your beef?
You can't.
Yeah.
Don't put it in that order.
Well, but it just so I'm a big fan of corned beef. I'm a big fan of pastrami. I'm a big fan of that kind of
cabbage. I like cabbage.
Well, I do like cabbage. I mean, it makes me a little gassy. Let's be real.
Okay. Thank you. TMI, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
But yeah, no, there's something like, boiled cabbage with corned beef, like the broth gets super salty, right? And then the cleanness of the cabbage it's just great.
Okay. So you had the corned beef and cabbage, and did you wear green to school?
I think so. Okay. Yeah, I think so. But there was no, my family's not Irish. My wife's family is Irish. And so her family now her grandmother hosts a big St. Patrick's Day party, not in the last 2 years, but
really? Like, what's that like?
Her party?
Yeah. What's that like?
Non-pandemic times?
Yes.
It's just a big family gathering with a big dinner. And
is it decorated and everything?
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Juna, being an Irish dancer, usually there's a big fundraiser at Juna's school every year for St. Baldrick's, which is for childhood cancer. And so they always shave, anybody can volunteer to have their head shaved and get sponsored to do that, right?
Cool.
And Juna usually starts the festivities with an Irish dance.
Awesome.
And Finola did it with her last year because now Finola's in the same school. So that's a cool tradition. And because of all the Irish dancing that my girls do around St. Patrick's Day, there's a lot of opportunities like at the I wouldn't say the VFW, but places like that, right? Where either social halls or whatever that want young Irish dancers to come and provide joy. So yeah,
cool.
So that's fun. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What was it like for you as a kid?
Dude, it was never really on my radar.
When did you start drinking green beer? 12, 13?
First of all, it started with Lucky Charms. Okay. And then, it just was never, it was always, wear something green or get pinched. Right.
Yeah.
And half the time I would forget and I'd always get pinched. So,
but I feel like the young boys just do that to have an excuse for violence.
I don't know about that, but I just never was into it. And then, when you have the green beer thing and St. Patrick's Day is really a drinking holiday, right? Let's be real.
Yes.
Even though that's not what St. Patrick was about, but
I bring my greatest Cabernets out for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh gosh. Really?
Well,
do you?
I mean,
no green. Is there green wine? No green wine.
I don't think so.
So green beer, I've never been into green beer though. Like that's never been my thing. Well, it's kind of disgusting.
Because good beer, good solid beer is too dark. You'd have to put a lot of food coloring in it to make it green. Like you can take a Budweiser and make it green.
You take a Coors Light and make it green pretty easy, right? So
one drop. One drop.
But I love Irish pubs anyway. That's kind of I love Irish pubs. So, going to being in New York for St. Patrick's Day once was amazing.
Sure.
That's a celebration.
I think there's a parade too. Yeah. That was always fun.
And I think we talked about this, that Irish pub in New York, McSorley's. Is that what it is?
McSorley's. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I went in there. It's amazing. It's obviously you couldn't stand in there. No. You're just like this, just like, give me a Guinness. Give me a black.
God, are you ever going to feel comfortable being shoulder to shoulder with people like that again? it's going to take some time. You know,
It's going to take a lot of time.
it's going to take a little time.
It's going to take a little time.
Because I love that.
Time to drink when you're closer. Yeah, I just don't know. But hold on. Let me get to this. So that's always fun. I was never a big St. Patrick's Day guy, whatever. Went to the few bars, all that junk, but whatever. But now for some reason with Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like she came home and was talking about all her friends. We're talking about leprechauns. And, we had a leprechaun in our house and he left green pea in the toilet. Or this leprechaun did this, like they're a little mischievous, right?
Yeah.
So I go, do you believe in leprechauns? And she's like, yeah, I believe in leprechauns. I go, well, I caught one. So I started this whole story about how I caught one and it was, the leprechaun was nice and it left me a coin. It gave me a small gold coin, but I had left it in storage. And she's like, oh, can we get the coin? I said, yeah, we'll get the coin. She goes, well, did he take you to the end of the rainbow? Like she's so into this. And I'm like, no, he didn't. I said, no, he didn't take us because they don't let humans there because the humans will take the gold and the gold is their power to be positive and have fun in life. They need the gold in the pot. So I started making stuff up.
So you're going to create this whole thing. You need money to be happy. Nice job, dude.
No, that's their power. They don't give the gold away. So,
okay.
So they gave me the gold coin. So I went on Amazon and bought pirate coins.
Right. Little plastic ones or are
they
metal?
Metal. Yeah.
Oh,
metal. Yeah. They're like, some are like bronze. There's some are bright gold. So I took this bronzed one and she came home and I gave it to her and she goes, this is amazing. This is from a leprechaun. I go, yeah, it's from a leprechaun. And Cherie hates this whole thing, by the way. Because she found out in one day there was, in case people are listening, earmuffs.
Edit point.
Parents, earmuffs on this next section. Just turn it down. So Cherie was disappointed. She found out a lot of things that weren't true.
Right. Some of the innocent stuff was gone.
Yes, the innocence was taken away all across the board with all of them.
Oh no, that happened to Cherie when she was younger.
Yeah, so she hates perpetuating. She hates perpetuating the stories or the legends, right? So but I'm like, whatever, I'm all in. So I got the coin. She's like, this is amazing. She goes, can I make a wish on the coin? I go, yeah, go ahead, make a wish. She goes, I wish that Disneyland will open this year. So it's awesome. And so then she looked up leprechaun traps on YouTube. So we went to, it's been this great thing, man. Cause I took her to Michael's. We bought all these supplies. I showed you the video of the leprechaun trap.
Yeah.
We made this awesome leprechaun trap. And then I told her, I said, listen, this is what we have to do. We have to put the leprechaun trap out. We need to put a green light up. Yeah. So the leprechaun comes. We need to leave St. Patrick's Day's cookies there. Ooh. And we'll see if we can catch him. And she's like, okay. And I said, you know what? You should think about if you want to leave the coin for him or not, because it's his coin.
Oh,
right?
Interesting.
So 2 days later, she goes, yeah, I think I'm going to leave the coin. I said, okay, leave the coin. So I have a bigger gold coin that I'm going to replace with that coin from the leprechaun.
Right.
And I bought her a charmed bracelet with rainbows on it.
Oh.
And then I got a green wig that I'm going to cut little green hairs off of. So it's like leprechaun hair that was stuck in the trap. So it's amazing. It's going to be really difficult for me to be there that morning because I worked super late the night before. Oh, but I'm going to go home just so I can wake up with her on St. Patrick's Day morning, and we'll have a little celebration, and then I'll go back up, and then we'll have our St. Patrick's Day party.
That's right.
That night. You and I will.
Yeah. Well, in the world of today's podcast, tonight. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, the 17th, tonight, we are having a St. Patrick's Day party.
We are having a party, and we're probably going to have some a special musical guest.
That's right.
I can't say who, but it's going to be awesome. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some trivia. Bradford's going to drink a lot, and we're going to have a heck of a time. And you're going to sing a song too, by the way, right?
That's right. We do have to work the next day.
We do have to work the next day. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to be good, but we're going to have fun.
That's right.
That's going to be great. So
anyway, it's a great thing about living in California is our night can still be an early night.
Totally. It will be an early night, but dude, it's so fun. I'm having so much fun with her, and I'm sure this will be the last year of the leprechaun, but
Well, no, but it's just fun to see, your creativity play out and your imagination play out too. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's all good. All good.
So going from lighthearted fun to general hospital.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're taking the rap for somebody's mad at you. Liz is mad at you because she thinks you killed Franco, but doesn't she also know that Franco asked you to kill him?
Yes.
Right. So she thinks that you came through for him.
Yes. Well, because I am standing there,
right,
over his bleeding body.
With is your man gun drawn? Man, don't say that.
Well, oh, wait a minute. Whoa, different show. A different show, buddy.
I know. I just meant I was gonna be like your macho man gun. But
your man. Well, macho man gun.
That's not even his words. No, but I'm saying was because you walked into the studio expecting maybe some trouble, so maybe you had your gun drawn.
I did have it drawn. Yes.
Right. So that also is not a good look.
No, that's not. I don't believe it was drawn when she saw me. But
did you just say? Did Jason be like, no, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
No one believes me because everybody knows. Well, she knows the pact that Franco and Jason made. Or
did she give you room to speak though? Did you try to be like, hey, no, it wasn't. I found him like this. Did you try to defend yourself, and you just let her have her moment?
She had her moment, and I went and called the paramedics.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So,
right.
Right. And then everybody thinks I did it. So we'll go from there.
Well, I mean, they I don't know why they don't give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, I don't know. Before we would joke last year that I killed 74 people. Now I think it's 82. So
for real, it's gone up?
Yeah, it's gone up. Yeah, it's gone up since we've been on the road last.
But nobody
changed the number.
No regulars, right? Just kind of like henchmen.
No. Yeah, henchmen. Yeah. I want to get the exact number. So I'm accurate on the road, but
what's the source for that? Who's logging that info?
The internet.
Right.
The internet's logging it.
Right. So, I just don't know. Not to say that
no, because
viewers of the show,
somebody had counted. Somebody had counted over the years. And I believe when I read that count, it was in the 60s. And that was years ago. So now I'm just kind of making it up as I go, almost like a leprechaun. I'm just making it up, but it's close. It's up there.
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty confident I will get to 100, which would be pretty amazing. I don't think maybe Rambo's killed 100 people.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know if it's been one movie, but he's probably killed a lot of people, right?
Well, do you remember? I think it was Hot Shots Part 2 or Hot Shots. Charlie Sheen. There was that they were going for the body count.
Oh yeah, totally. That was the thing. That was the thing for a while. Who could kill the most people in an action movie?
And so he's just got this huge thing, and it's like just tallying.
He has this huge thing.
Yeah. No, look at me. I'm starting to sound like Scott Reeves.
Lots of innuendos today.
Lots of unintentional innuendo man is what we call Scott Reeves. But also in the last couple of weeks we had the double wedding, which was a double downer. They double downed it.
I don't know. That's where we saw you at the Metro Court, right?
Yeah. So
so what happened?
Well, I get a lot of slack for this.
Let me ask you some questions first.
Oh, great.
Who was getting married? I know Peter Maxey
and Anna and Finn.
Huh?
Right. When I heard it was a double mating too. Double mating? Gee whiz.
Oh my gosh, dude! You better do some mating so you clear your head, bro. What's happening?
Gosh, what is going on? My misspeaks are just not great.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Double mating. I've never even heard that word. Double mating.
What are they, mallards?
What are they? What are they double mating over there? Dude, that's amazing right there.
So I never quite understood why. I think it was just a venue issue. I don't know.
It's a soap opera.
Well, because at
double
the time,
wedding.
Well, because at the time, everybody thought that Anna was Heinrich's mom,
Yes.
right? And then, so, but,
Mhm.
and so Obrecht, well, maybe everybody, maybe the rest, maybe the viewing audience knew. I thought that Anna was Peter's mom. And then Obrecht comes in and tells everybody, and it ruins both weddings because Anna.
So that aired.
That aired.
Okay. Thank God.
I know you look so nervous.
I was
You're
nervous.
like,
I'm like, what? Is this a spoiler? What are we doing here?
No, that's what ruined the wedding.
Okay,
Obrecht
great.
came in, had a video from Anna's twin sister.
What's the name again? Anna's twin sister.
Evil Anna.
No.
Evil Anna.
No, look it up. April? Angie.
April. Helen.
Ariel.
Susan.
Should we look at Karen? Should we look it up?
Anna and.
Hold on. Let me look at you. Talk. You talk.
No, I watched this. So Obrecht comes in and has a video from Evil Anna.
Alex.
Right.
Yes. We were close. It was an A.
We knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from Evil Alex saying that she is in fact Peter Heinrich August's Faison's the third. His is actually his mom. And Anna's like, yeah, I was lying the whole time. And then Finn's like, what? You've been lying? And
that's why they don't get married?
Correct. Because she lied to Finn. And he's like, you can't like.
I was really? Like, well, that's not really that good. I was
like, Finn, what do you care? It's not your kid.
Listen, that's really not a great reason not to marry Anna.
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about that.
Anna could lie. She could lie to me every day. I'll marry her.
You don't have an evil kid that we might have to like take care of at some point when he goes into a facility. Right. Like, is that going to come out of my income, taking care of your evil kid in the facility?
Totally.
Like knowing that I'd be like, oh, cool. We don't have to take care of that kid. All right, let's get married.
See, you know what's wrong with that is Finn. If that was McBain, he'd marry Anna because McBain doesn't care. Because
McBain's an honorable man.
McBain's a man, and he would say, Anna, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Anna. I'll get him.
I'll get him? What do you do?
No, he wouldn't get it.
Now see, you went into your Batman voice, so now you're trying to get the bad guys. Don't worry, Anna. I'll get him. Wait, no one said to get anybody.
Right. No, I'll take care. I'll take care of him.
I'll take care of him. Don't worry, Anna. I'll take you.
Don't worry. I'll take care of him. So that kaputs that. And then Peter was very distraught. He was very distraught.
Yes.
And Maxie was very distraught. And then Maxie like went into like false labor. And so,
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's why you went to the hospital, which leads us
remember, we were in the coffee shop. We were in the coffee shop when Valentine.
It's not a coffee shop. It's not coffee shop. It's not a coffee shop. Do you know where we are?
Yeah.
Do you know where we were?
We were in Sonny's office.
Yeah, it's not a coffee shop.
Well, we were next to a coffee machine. Okay. So I put this up on,
Are you on drugs today?
No.
Have you started drinking yet?
No comment.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's funny. On Patreon a couple weeks ago, I put up a picture of us in that set and said, guess which set we're in. Bonus points for if you can guess what it's listed as on the
schedule,
on the script, on the schedule, right?
Yeah.
And so people are like, oh, that's Sonny's office. That's Patsulo's. That's like the, and no one could guess what it's listed as on the script, which makes sense because it's like they said the quiet part out loud. On the script, it's called Mob Restaurant.
Yeah, it's called Mob Restaurant, right?
Mob Restaurant. So
that's so weird.
Right, because it's just Sonny, it's Patsulo's.
Yeah, it's Sonny's restaurant. It's Sonny's restaurant, right? All right, so that's when we had the scenes. Valentine was in there.
I can never say his name confidently.
Oh, I can. Just ask me.
Valentine.
No, Valentine. No, not Tintin.
Valentine.
So we had those scenes in there. You leave because Maxie's in the hospital.
Because he's like, you didn't hear?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
Then, which leads us to, oh, dude, this is funny. This is a funny story because you shot, and you were very good, by the way. You shot your, what?
Thank
Why
you.
is that funny?
Well, I mean,
you know, a lot of times, you know,
I'm not
when
great.
when you're doing a phone call,
Oh,
and you have business to do with the
there's always
computer
business.
and you're dealing with Maxie. So you had a lot going on for that phone call. Right. And because obviously we didn't shoot that together. Well, it's not obvious, but by the way, friends,
when I was in the hospital and you called me, you watched that coverage?
well, I saw it. Yeah. It was on Instagram. So the GH put that scene up on Instagram.
Oh, cool.
Right. So I'm like, oh, cool. I want to see this scene because so what happened was you shot yours. I don't know if it was the day before or earlier in the day.
Right. And Tristan walks into me after I've had the call.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
But then it was a late day, whatever day that was. I don't think it was the same day, but the day I did my part, it was a super late day. Like it was real late and I was the last scene of the day. And everybody was like, okay, let's just tape it. I'm like, all right, tape it. And I said, Rob, don't even bother saying all his lines. Just say the last line.
Right.
Right. So I go, fine. Cause I knew my stuff. Right. So I'd say all the lines and they cut it together. But I felt like watching it, I felt like I was missing something.
Oh.
Like I should have probably had him
to what the things I was saying.
Yeah, I probably should have had him read more of the stuff, but you know, it was crunch time. So I'm like, just whatever, it's fine. But I don't think anybody could tell. But when I watched it, I was like, oh man, I could have probably
interesting.
A couple little beats in there I could have found, you know?
Yeah, well, and you never know. I mean, not to say that Rob, the stage manager, isn't a great reader, but I may have infused it a little bit more with stuff than Rob would have. So you might have missed stuff anyway.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
it's great. Anybody can read your stuff. It doesn't
sure can.
Doesn't faze me.
Anybody can. I know, because you just do your own thing, you selfish bastard.
Well, but I mean, if it was like, gosh, if you were telling me a story about how like something horrible has happened to you and you're devastated about it and you're just, then I would want to like hear it from you. But if you're just like, Spinelli, look up on your computer, I know where this person went. I don't need to be like, how did Steve do that? You know what I mean?
It's hard too, especially if there's any type of emotional stuff at all.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to do over the phone. And I've had to do a couple of those over the phone with Sam, and it's tough. It's tough, dude.
Yeah.
It's tough to do. It's tough to do.
Because not to say that they give us that many emotional scenes over the phone, but there was a time, I feel like there was a time when when they would have your acting partner on the other line.
There was a time. Yeah.
Do they ever do that anymore?
No. Sometimes they'll come up. Like if it's a big scene, sometimes the person will come up on stage and stand there with the cameras.
Right.
But before, they would call you up
because you're on landlines.
So people who don't really know how it used to work on the set, on our stage where all the sets are, in the corner is a desk where the stage manager has all kind of his stuff, and the under fives will come up and check in at the desk on the stage, right?
Background as well, right?
Background as well. So when we used to have phone calls, they used to call us up and we'd be on the stage manager's desk on the hard line. And then somebody would be in another set. And when the phone would ring, we'd answer and go, hey, what's up? You know, so you actually
did you guys ever have like mobile phones that were the size of your head with the big antennas?
Totally. Yes, of course. That was the 90s, baby. What do you mean?
Yes.
It was cool because it worked. Like they, you know, the magic of TV is like, hey, I push the button. I'm talking to the guy sitting in the stage manager's desk. It was amazing. Right. Yeah. And it does make it so much better too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like you can, like, it's great. You know, there's no guessing. So anyway, but that's the old days. Now
I was tracking Franco for you. That's what sent you to his studio.
Correct. So
it's my fault that you got blamed for his death. I'm so sorry.
Great. And more to come.
I was going to say there's more things that you get blamed for.
Well, I'm just saying there's some good stuff coming. So let's not go further than that.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry that the blame is falling on you. I feel bad for you. What else can I say?
It's okay.
You know who I don't feel bad for?
Who?
You want to guess?
Peter?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Who feels sorry for Peter anyway?
I don't think anybody. I wonder. We all love Wes, so let's put that aside. We all love Wes.
we love Wes. Yeah,
love Wes.
But if you were to poll people, and we can't do it like 9 out of 10, we have to go higher. We have to go to like out of 1 million people.
Right.
Who feels sorry for Peter Heinrich August?
Well, it's interesting because I think bringing in Anna, bringing in this thing where, he's been lied to about his family, that is a sympathetic storyline, but it depends on how he acts out of that.
Sure.
And, and he went out and killed Franco. So that's not a great first step.
Well, I think Franco was turning into Franco. So.
Right. I don't think, did Peter take him out because he was worried about other people's safety, or was he tying up loose ends? I thought I saw the scene and he's like, it's more of a tying up loose ends, especially if Drew's memories are coming out of Franco.
Trying to tie up loose ends, but I didn't see the scene, so I can't really speak on it. But what it looked like was Franco was turning into Franco. So.
Right. Well, you never know. You never know. You just got to put on that Christmas tree hat again and see what happens.
Yes. No more Christmas trees here, buddy.
No more Christmas tree hats. So, But Maxie and Peter, we'll see what happens there. Let's see if her baby is Rosemary's baby. If it comes out looking like Faison, or maybe Maxie had a tryst at some point, and I don't know.
And what?
Maybe the baby could be somebody else's.
Sonny's.
Most likely.
No, not most likely. That's funny. We'll see. Stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming up. Chances are it's Sonny's. No, I'm kidding.
Chances are it's Sonny's. So talking about the show, obviously you guys know that we don't watch it as often as you guys do. And there have been times where we have looked at recaps and tried to talk about them. And because we're on that show, and since most of you guys watch that, we figured it would be fun to discuss what's happening. But
when there's no discussion, it's not fun.
Well, that's the thing, is we realized we're so bad at it that, boy, it's not only is it not entertaining, but it might just be frustrating and like a bit of a turnoff to you guys. So we thought we would try something completely different.
Oh, you thought, or we thought?
Well, I mean, I was trying to give us both credit for it. If you want me to take full credit for it, if it goes bad, you want it to be all on my shoulders. That's what the whole point is.
Take any credit. This is your idea, and I'm just going with it. So if it's a smash hit, you get all the credit. If it sucks, you get all the credit.
Okay, so it's a little segment we're going to call Recap Relay. All right.
Oh, interesting.
So what we're doing is we're going to take a lot of recaps have headlines or like one statement about what the recap is going to be about. So we took a few of those and we are going to create the backstory for those statements in our own minds in the world outside of GH. So we're going to explain to you why this is happening, but it is not real. We are not using any insider information. This is all nonsense. So, okay. So we're going to go, it's an old improv exercise called one sentence story or something like that, where, so we're going to alternate sentences, and
I don't know if I'm good at this. I don't know if I'm good at this game. Okay. So how many sentences do we have to go back and forth? Like 5 or 6?
As many as it takes to get us
to the end,
to that statement. Yes.
Oh, okay. So, okay, great. So great. What's the state? Let's start with the statement.
Okay. Sonny remembers a faceless blonde woman. So that is the statement from the recap. We're going to explain to you in the fake world how It came to be that Sonny remembers a faceless blonde woman. I will start.
Oh gosh, I don't know, dude. This is making me nervous. I'm nervous right now.
This is great. So just one sentence. I'm going to say one sentence. You say one sentence. I'll say one
Okay.
sentence. Okay.
All right.
There was something special about Cindy.
Is that the sentence? Okay. Cindy grew up with her very large family in the countryside.
She loved playing with her dogs.
But one day, her dogs ran away, and she went on a far journey.
It took many, many days through very, very rugged forest.
The forest was tough, and it soiled her blonde hair.
And there was this special kind of tree with very prickly branches.
She was very hungry. She found her dog, and then she found this weird fruit hanging on a prickly tree.
It tasted sweet, but it created a strange burning sensation.
Her face started warming up, like she was having a very bad allergic reaction to something, and her dog barked at her.
And she thought the dog was just excited to see her, but the dog kept barking and started running away.
The dog ran away. She held her face. She started sobbing and trying to chase the dog.
And there were no tears because her eyes were gone. But her sense of smell, even though her nose was gone, was still as strong as ever. And so she was able to track the dog. But then as she got close to the dog, she heard a very masculine voice.
Well, not that masculine. But she heard a voice. It was a man in a flannel shirt. Just finished washing some pint glasses in the bar. He stepped out back
and said, "Howdy. Would you like a sip of beer?"
And she said no, because I have no mouth. she couldn't speak, and her face was gone.
Her face was gone. And years later, Sonny remembers a faceless blonde woman. Hey, we did it!
That's amazing, dude. Oh, dude, that's funny.
Oh, wow.
Dude, that was fun.
That's fun, right? That's fun.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, dude. That was a good laugh. Oh, boy.
Man. All right.
Well, I guess we'll do that again next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have another one. We can do another one now, or should we save it?
No, let's save it, dude.
Okay.
That was perfect. That was a great introductory to this segment.
All right. So let us know if you enjoyed that. That's called Recap Relay. And
it's amazing. So much better than the real story, by the way.
Oh, I mean, we don't want to judge. We love our writers, but boy, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the real world, I imagine Sonny remembering a faceless blonde woman, meaning his memory is coming back. He remembers a blonde woman. I assume maybe it's Carly, but maybe his memories are coming back to him.
Let's hope so.
Okay. But a woman who had her face burned off by some fruit.
From a prickly tree. I'm not sure that's going to be the story.
Well, no, I loved it because I was like thinking that maybe she was going through the forest. Her face was being like brushed off. And then you went for fruit. And I was like, hey, burning fruit. Let's do it.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Man. So, yes. So, we're excited. We are, if you think you enjoy the podcast, we're excited. We're going to be hitting the road again soon.
We are going to be hitting the road, dude. It should be all locked in right now. So go to stonecoldandthejackal.com, get on the email list. we're going out. We're doing 7 cities in 7 days. It's going to be awesome. We've talked about it before. Instead of doing the VIP meet and greet, now we're doing, if you have fun with this stuff, wait till our Q&As after the show. So we're doing a VIP Q&A. We do a 90-minute show, and then we're doing another hour Q&A. It's going to be fantastic. We can't wait, man. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. We're excited that, one of the concerns we had going back out is obviously making everybody feel safe, us and you guys, of course. And we feel like we've really found a great way to do it and spend more time together. If you want, if you choose to spend more time with us, and if you choose to spend more time with us, you'll get a signed 8x10 as well. And we're so excited about it. We're hitting the cities that we're hitting in May: Baltimore, Raleigh. We're adding a Florida swing that we didn't know was going to happen. So if those aren't up, just wait. Florida is coming, and then Huntsville, Birmingham, and Nashville.
Yep.
So we're very, very, very excited about that. That's only, gosh, I want to say
8 weeks away.
8 weeks away.
Yeah, about 8, 9, maybe a little more, but it's just great because we're talking about it. We're talking about, pretty much a whole new show almost. I mean, even though we already had a new show for 2020, but we figure,
I know. Well, a lot of that is some of it. I mean, some of it's irrelevant because, some are just not, not current.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I did was about, now that Peter and Maxie have broke up. Gosh, you think after recap relay, I'd have control of my words again. But.
After that double mating, they broke up.
But now that if they're Splitsville and they go their separate ways, then I may not have as much to lament about on the road.
Well, you could do a celebration song. That's what you could do.
Ooh,
that's for sure.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a new turn for me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So check it out. Go to stonecoldandthejackal.com. We're putting more stuff on YouTube, and then feel free to check out Patreon. We have so much fun over on Patreon. This is where we're doing our St. Patrick's Day party. We've done Port Chuck, 70s parties, 80s parties, exclusive content. Now that we're going to get back on the road, it's going to be amazing. So go check out Patreon. And we do one of the most fun things we do over there is the bonus podcast that you guys get to choose the topics, and we just kind of talk, and it's a lot of fun. So check it out.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. If you haven't listened to last week's episode with Emma Sams, we highly recommend it. It's funny, on our Facebook page, I looked under the post to see if people were enjoying it, and a lot of people had clearly not listened to it because they were like, they're just responding to why isn't Holly come back? Why is, and I wrote, well, listen, she explains it. So it was great to hear about, it was great for us to meet her and really get to know her, but learn about what she's been dealing with over the last year. Because I think we're going to hear more stories about that probably from other people. Yeah. And, but also,
she's just such a nice, pleasant lady. Yeah. She's just awesome.
The Dynasty Reunion is coming up next week. I think it's in the 20s somewhere, the 24th. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Go to dynastyreunion.com if you're interested in attending the Dynasty Reunion. God, the list of people they have for that is unbelievable. Some of the people I didn't know were on Dynasty.
Yeah.
Like Jack Coleman, who's been on so many shows over the years. He was on Heroes. He was the dad on Heroes, just works all the time. And I didn't know he was on Dynasty. He must have been here. But anyway, so, but thank you everybody for hanging out with us today. This was a lot of fun. And
it's awesome.
More fun to come. As Steve said, go to stonecoldandthejackal.com for everything possibly that you could want and more.
Yep. So, thank you guys so much. Have a great day.